Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching this video. This video is another one in the series that we're doing to cover the best cards for this new set. This new set obviously is called Wilds of Eldraine, and this video is going to cover the top 10 Mythic cards in Wilds of Eldraine. Alright, so in no particular order, here's the first one that I want to show. It's Beseech the Mirror. Beseech the Mirror is a spell card. It says pick one of the first 4 cards from your library, fetch that card. It gains half of its mana. If you use the bargain ability for this, you can get full mana for that card. I do like this one. This is a really nice one. You can get full mana. That's going to be good. It's going to be hard to predict what card will come next a lot of times when you play. So you'll be able to use this to see the first 4 cards. That's going to be really good. A lot of times you'll try to fetch the card that you need. Sometimes you'll have a specific card that you want and it's going to be a game winner. This is going to be able to help you to get that game winner card out. So very good. It speeds up you winning the game. That's always good. Here's the next one I like, Virtue of Loyalty. Alright, it says here this is an enchantment card. At the end of your turn, your creatures get +1/+1. Creatures you control get +1/+1 for each of their reinforcements as well. Your creatures gain vigilance until the beginning of your next turn. Your creatures with stun counter lose 1 stun counter. Very cool stuff. You can see there's some good offense here. There's some good defense here. You can use this first ability especially to kind of load up your creatures, make them real strong. So that's really good. It has this backside ability. It's not super powerful, but I'm going to just mention it here. You can create a token creature. It's a white knight. It's got vigilance. Here's the next one I want to present, Moonshaker Cavalry. It's a Spirit Knight, 6/6 as you can see. When this creature enters the battlefield, reinforce each creature you control 1 time. Your creatures get XX, right? It gets flying as well. X is the number of creatures you control, including their reinforcements. Okay, so if you have this card, what I'd suggest that you do is make this X as big as possible, right? Load up as many creatures as you can, as many reinforcements as you can. And it says, of course, when this creature comes into the battlefield, reinforce your creature here, and then give all of your other creatures a giant buff. If you've done it correctly, I feel like this card can be a game winner. Alright, so very good card here. Here's another one, Virtue of Persistence. It's a support card. At the beginning of your turn, pick one of the first 4 creature cards from your graveyard. Move that card into play under your control. This is a really good one. I like this one. You can put this card in decks where you are able to throw a lot of cards into your graveyard. You put a lot of creatures into your graveyard. You're going to be able to take this, take them out, put them under your control. I kind of see this card being useful with Gather the Pack. Let's say you go 1 creature, right? Gaia's Revenge, just for the sake of argument. Gaia's Revenge, you play Gather the Pack, you'll throw 2 Gaia's Revenge into your graveyard. This one will bring up 1 of them for free each turn. That's going to be super awesome. I'd say build decks like that and you'll get a free creature every turn. So very awesome. This is the backside, Lockwain Scorn. Until the end of the turn, target creature gets -3/-3, gets -3/-3 for its reinforcements, and you gain 6 life as well. Not huge, but very useful if you consider this first side. Alright, here's the next one, Virtue of Strength. Now you might be thinking, do you just like all the Virtue cards? The answer is no. Some of these Virtue cards I kind of don't like, right? But here's one that I do like. This one here, Virtue of Strength. At the beginning of your turn, increase your mana bonuses by 3. Okay, that's obviously very useful. You can use that to go with decks that have a lot of land conversion cards that are going to convert gems for you. That's going to pay itself off in time. Very good investment there on your mana spent. Here's the backside. Return the first creature or land support card from your graveyard to your hand. Obviously, that kind of does help, right? You get an ability to give it full mana if the last card is that land card, right? So you get that ability. It's kind of important. Like I said, you can pair this with the front side and build some really strong decks. So I do like this one here. Alright, here's another one, Will Scion of Peace. This is a good one. It's a creature, human wizard, as you see here. I like the lifelink ability. It says when you gain life, increase this card's level by the amount of life you gained. At the beginning of your turn, reduce the cost of white or blue cards in your hand by X until the end of turn. X is this card's level. Okay, so what I would try to do here is gain as much life as you can. When you gain life, you're going to increase the level of this card. The next turn that you have at the beginning of that turn, you're going to be able to get some free mana, right? Lots of free mana. Of course, this card's level will go back down to 0, so you would like to definitely try to build them up again by getting a lot more life with the life gain ability here. Would be good to buff this creature, make him strong, but that's one that you can use to get a whole lot of free things from your hand into the battlefield under your control. So that's a good card. Here's the next one, Agatha of the Vile Cauldron. It's a human warlock creature, and it says when you match an activated gem, convert X gems to red or green. X is this creature's power. This can of course happen only 3 times in a turn at max. Okay, let's see. That's kind of nice in its own way. You want to be able to convert those gems to red or green. That's going to help you. You got some abilities here. Activate 2 red creatures in your hand, and creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain haste to the end of turn. Activate 2 green here, kind of similar type of ability. Creatures in your hand and creatures you control get +1/+1, but this time they get trample instead of haste. So there's some usability here. I try to put this card with other cards that have that activate ability. It's going to make it really strong. You're going to be able to convert some gems. Good stuff there. Here's the next one I like, Blossoming Tortoise. When this creature enters the battlefield or attacks, destroy the top 4 cards of your library. Return the last creature or support card from your graveyard to play under your control. You can see that this one kind of pairs nicely with one of the ones that I showed earlier. I don't want to give any spoilers to any decks that I'm going to make in the future, but this is one that you definitely can use with one of the other ones I've already showed you. You can see that there's going to be a commonality. You'll be able to get a lot of free stuff here. It's going to be a very strong card. It's going to help you to win games. Alright, at the beginning of your turn, convert X gems to green. X is 2 times the number of land cards you control, including their reinforcements. So not huge, but still very useful. When a land creature enters the battlefield under your control is reinforced, it gets +1/+1. I think that's a good one there. You can definitely use that in a deck all on its own, but you're going to have to set it up correctly. Here's the next one, Rowan, the Sign of War. When you take damage or lose life, increase this card's level by the amount of damage taken or life lost. At the beginning of your turn, reduce the cost of black or red cards in your hand by X until the end of your turn. X is this card's level. Okay, and then after that, the level becomes 1. Pretty similar to the one that I just showed, right? The Sign of Peace. The only difference is this is red and black, right? So kind of nice. This is a good one. This one is a little bit different in the fact that it says when you take damage or lose life, right? The other one was when you gain life, but this one is going to be very useful to get your free stuff. Okay, here's the next one. This is the final one in our video, Yenna, Red Tooth Regent. Activate 4, create a copy of the first enchantment card from your graveyard in your hand. That card gets full mana, of course. If you control a creature with a roll, target creature you control gains Royal Roll. Then this creature gains Vigilance until the beginning of your next turn. Fetch the first enchantment or spell card from your library. So I think the strength of this card here is this Activate 4. We're going to be able to bring some enchantment cards from our graveyard, put it into our hand, and then put it into play because they'll be free. This is one of those that I think if you got some good enchantments in your collection, you're going to be able to use to a really good advantage. That's a really good one. I like the Royal Roll part here. That's really nice as well. And then you get the Vigilance. It kind of helps. I think it needs to be supported with some other things. But anyway, there's some good things here. Okay, I hope you like this video. Like and subscribe. Of course, that helps the channel. And good gaming.